What makes the IB curriculum different from other international educational boards?
IB diploma program is a very holistic and student-centric.
Some believe that IB is only suitable for students those who are planning to study abroad. So is this a myth or a reality?
There are 168 schools in India that follow IB curriculum.
Now, what advice you would like to give to a parent who is considering IB for their child? Hello everyone, welcome to Spotlight the Pillai podcast, and our today's topic is IB Explained, Myths, Magic and Mindset of IB. So today we have with us a dynamic educator and IB Diploma Program Coordinator at Dr. Pillai Global Academy, New Panvel, Ms. Ichha Garg, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
So ma'am, since you are there in this field since more than a decade, so my first question for you will be, what makes the IB curriculum different from other international educational boards?
Yes, thank you very much for this question. It is very important to understand the difference between the national and other international curriculum and the IB diploma program. So IB diploma program is a very holistic and student-centric program, and it emphasizes on critical thinking, inquiry and research-based skills. So in this, the student is at the center of the curriculum, and the entire curriculum is designed in such a way that it empowers the students and provides them this kind of skills that are required to navigate through the 21st century career path. So therefore, IB is very unique and it stands out from the other curriculum.
What kind of skills do students develop through IB program that goes beyond the academic?
Yashasvi, the biggest problem in today's times is that we do not know what the future will be. So the skills become very important, not just the curriculum. So if I just kind of want to give you a little insight into what are the 21st century skills that we talk about in IB, let us talk about the 4 C's of the 21st century: communication skills, collaborative skills, critical thinking skills, and creativity. So the IB curriculum beautifully combines all these 4 skills and makes the students not only ready for the future university, but also it prepares them for the entire life. Because these skills not only provide them a little advantage in the university, but whenever they find a career path, they are able to navigate through the difficulties of the present times.
Beautifully explained, ma'am. There is a common perception that IB can be too difficult or stressful for students. How would you respond to that?
IB is definitely challenging and it can be demanding. Sometimes some students might feel overwhelmed by the curriculum itself, but the beauty of IB is that it gives a lot of flexibility, and the students can choose their own subjects in their preferred choices, whatever suits them as a career path. So that way, IB actually requires a little bit of time management, and if the time management skills are properly developed, then IB could be a very enjoyable journey.
Some believe that IB is only suitable for students those who are planning to study abroad. So is this a myth or a reality?
This, I have been coming across this question for many years now, but let me make it very clear through your podcast that IB curriculum is not only designed to suit the international universities, but all the major Indian universities. In fact, there are 168 schools in India that follow IB curriculum. The IB has an agreement with AIU. AIU stands for Association of Indian University, which is a governing body of all Indian universities. The central universities, the private universities, deemed universities all come under that domain. And this particular AIU and IB have an agreement that any student who has completed his diploma program under the IB is equally capable of getting admission in any Indian university whatsoever. So the IB does not only limit the Indian students to study in India, but also abroad. So it actually increases the horizon for higher education for students.
Well, that has cleared doubts of many students. What will be the one piece of advice that you would like to give any student who is new to IB program?
If you're new to IB program, certain skills if you develop, then you will be very easily able to sail through the entire IB curriculum, because IB curriculum is a 2-year course. And if you manage your time properly, you should not be keeping the work at the last moment, because procrastination is something which the IB students do not do. Apart from that, prioritize your work. Do not delay any work, and consistent work that has to be done from time to time. That should actually help you out throughout the 2 years. The most important thing that students in IB can learn is time management skills. So if you're able to manage your time well, prioritize your work, do not procrastinate, then IB can be a very enjoyable journey. At standard level or higher level is very important. The career that a student chooses should be aligned with the career that the student is going to follow in the university level. And if this is in place, then IB can be a very enjoyable journey. And what I would rather say to all IB students is enjoy the journey till it lasts.
Thank you for that, ma'am. Now, what advice you would like to give to a parent who is considering IB for their child?
For parents, it's very important to understand the curriculum itself, because we as parents are not familiar with IB curriculum, because when we were young, when we were studying, this particular curriculum may not have existed that much, because IB came into existence in the year 1968 and in India it is recently come. So understanding the curriculum, meeting with the teachers to understand what exactly is to be expected from time to time, because IB students will be very focused and they might be going through some kind of stress. So emotional support, confidence in the student's own capability is something which the parents should be able to provide. Apart from that, planning for the finances, that is also important, because as I told you that IB curriculum not only opens the university doors in India, but also the student can opt for studying abroad. So if that is the perspective, then perhaps understanding what career path can be available, which courses are available both in India and at an international level, that is something research work which the parents should be sitting down with their wards and doing at a very earlier stage in the first year perhaps of the IBDP course. And apart from that, being in touch with the teachers, having communication lines open, attending all the important events of the school, and being there to support the student. That is something which the parents need to do very importantly.
Beautifully explained, ma'am. I'm not even married, but I'm convinced that I'll be choosing IB for my child.
Thank you, Shmi.
Okay.
I'll be waiting for your award then.
Ma'am, how students can make most of their IB journey at Dr. Pillai Global Academy, New Panvel?
IB program anywhere, not just at Dr. Pillai Global Academy, can be very, as I said, challenging and demanding. It's a very rigorous program. But in Dr. Pillai Global Academy, New Panvel, we make it very simple for the students, because here all the teachers are mentors to their students. So actually every student in IB will be getting a teacher mentor. Now teacher mentor not only takes care of the curriculum transfer of the student, but he or she will also be providing the emotional, psychological mentorship to the student. Apart from that, in the very first year of the curriculum, we give them staggered timelines. So staggered timelines means that the student will know for the next 2 years how and when the coursework has to be submitted. Now, apart from that, we also have a career counselor. So the career counselor, students and parents are free to meet him and talk to him in case the parents or the students are unclear about what should be the future course of the student. Then we also have a psychological counselor. The students are very young, they are just 16 to 18 years of old. So at times they might be feeling overwhelmed or feeling some amount of stress building up. So at that time we have a trained in-house counselor, psychological counselor. The student can go and talk to them. Apart from that, we have all the resources, physical as well as digital resources. Our libraries are fully equipped. We have over more than 3,000 books in the library. We have 2 libraries, by the way. We have ICT labs which are equipped with Wi-Fi and internet connectivity. So all of these are there which the students can use, and all of these are free. Apart from that, we not only want the students to be focused into curriculum studies only, we have sports facilities also, and we also have outdoor visits for the students. So it's a holistic development in the sense that the curriculum is not only the focus point of our IB teaching at Dr. Pillai Global Academy, New Panvel, but we also develop the overall personality of the student. So our students are actually not learning just within the classroom, the learning goes outside the classroom also.
That was very informative. There is another common belief that IB program is not useful in Indian competitive exams. So what's your view on that?
I think so that's a very misconception about Indian competitive exams. See, the IB diploma program is just like any other state level or Indian level board exams. But the IB student who has completed his IB diploma program, that is the 2 years 11th and 12th class program, is equally capable and equipped to appear for any competitive exams, be it JEE or NEET. In fact, our students have been able to qualify both the JEE also and NEET exams also. There is a set of preparation that is required for NEET and JEE. So the IB does not restrict the students to only the curriculum, but actually it opens wider understanding for a student. Like for example, I can tell, if I may not sound very pompous, but our students, when they approach a question, suppose they are writing their JEE or NEET exams, entrance exam, our students, when they look at the question, they are able to analyze and critically think about the answer. Whereas when the student is coming from any other board, be it a state board or any national board, what they do is they believe in rote learning. So they might have learned the question and its answer, and they are trying to produce it from the memory, which might by itself be very daunting. But here, when our students appear for JEE or NEET, they are trained in such a way that they don't identify the question from memory, rather they analyze the question and then they find the answer. So it's a more analytical approach, more critical thinking approach, and then they are more confident in the entire exam also. So JEE NEET is not, entrance tests are not restricted by IB.
Well, that was much needed information. Ma'am, lastly, I would love to ask you that is there any success story or standout moment for Dr. Pillai Global Academy New Panvel's IB students that you would like to share with us?
Yes, actually, we've been over here for about 15 years or so, the Dr. Pillai Global Academy New Panvel campus, and we've been, our first batch of IBDP students, they passed out in the year, I suppose, 2010. So we have a long history, and our students are, we are proud to say that, placed in not only Indian universities, the central universities, the private universities like Ashoka University, MET University, Narsi Monji, Symbiosis, Pune University, Delhi University, Mumbai University, in fact, Lady Shri Ram College, all these universities and colleges, they have accepted our students. And internationally also, in the very big names, the US universities as well as European universities, our students are placed everywhere. So I actually, there's a long list of the universities where our students are placed because it's been 15 years. And every year we have some of our students who stay back in India and study further, whereas some of the students, they opt to study abroad. In fact, the earlier batches of our school, they are already established in a good career, and the confidence that they carry after school, that is now reflected in their work and even when they go to universities. Because when our students come back from the college, they always visit, by the way, our school once they are out of the school. And then they come and tell us that, ma'am, the IB program has really been very helpful because the kind of self-realization that IB program gives them and the confidence to communicate with the outside world, that by itself is something which they have acquired over the years. So their college life becomes a very easy sail through to them.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was lovely having you with us today. And I guess you have cleared all the myths and misconceptions which was there in our mind. And thank you so much for being part of our today's podcast.
It was absolutely my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. And for more such exciting and informative podcasts, subscribe to us on YouTube at Pillai Group Online and follow us on Instagram at DPGA Panvel.